Manchester United fans have been waiting for some movement, and now we've got some. After the Euro and Xerxes deals were done in July, David Ornstein has confirmed that United have put in a double bid for both Ligt and Mazraoui. It's been rejected. Bayern want more. I'm going to tell you all the details of what we know about this latest bid, but United are making moves, and it's telling you that there's movement on the sales side of things, which I still think is probably the most important thing for United that we still have to do this summer. Well, obviously we need signings, but in order to make that happen, sales had to happen. Now let's run through the news story. And there's quite a bit of information in this that I need to tell you, that I will need to run through. So the joint offer has gone in, and I think just the actual fact that United have decided that the opening bid is going to be a collective bid, a joint bid with Ligt and Mazraoui is an interesting approach, an interesting tactic. Maybe United feel that if we wrap both deals up into the same package and it's kind of like you take them both or you take none, that maybe there's a little bit more room for negotiation on our side of things. I don't know. That's just a guess anyway. Let's go down and see what David Ornstein has reported on it then. Manchester United have submitted that opening double offer to sign Ligt and Mazraoui. United stepped up their pursuit and the bid went in on Thursday. There was optimism at United and among the players' representatives. Is it Rafaela Pimento, who represents both Ligt and Mazraoui, that it would satisfy the expectations, but the proposal was rejected. And United were told, you need to come back with more. And look at this. This is an interesting one. It has caused bemusement in the camp of Ligt and Mazraoui, based on their understanding of what it would require to get a deal over the line. So clearly, Rafael Pimento has been speaking to United and saying, okay, right, if you put forward a bid of around about this value, it's going to be accepted. Maybe Man United did that, and it wasn't. Personal terms were already agreed ages ago, 5 years, with the option to extend. And how much do you think that opening bid would have been from United? Bear in mind that Bayern Munich want 50 million euros plus add-ons for De Ligt. And I believe they want around about 20 million euros as a total package for Mazraoui. Now, we agreed terms with both of these players a while ago. We also agreed terms with Ugarte, and we agreed terms with Branthwaite. United have done a lot more movement behind the scenes in preparation for these bids going in. Now, the fact that the bid has gone in, I think, is a good sign of development. And the suggestion is that Bayern want 50 mil plus add-ons for De Ligt, which I don't think they're really going to get. And I've been sort of weighing this up, right? And I think I asked you in the live show this morning, if Bayern Munich want 50 million euros plus add-ons for De Ligt and they want 20 million euros for Mazraoui, what should that opening bid be? And if United have gone in with a double bid, which is exactly what David Ornstein has said, I think it might. If I was United, I think I'd open around that 50 million euros plus 5. Because if you were to do that in isolation for De Ligt, well, you get De Ligt straight away. That's exactly what they want. But if you wrap them both into the same deal, and it strikes me that United feel they've got a little bit of power in these negotiations because Bayern need to sell. All right? Bayern Munich have to sell this summer. We're the only club currently in for De Ligt. Mazraoui was in talks with West Ham, but he's rejected them because he wants to join United, and they've pulled out, and they're going to sign Wan-Bissaka instead. So no one else is in for Mazraoui, and no one else is in for De Ligt at this point. So maybe this is what United are doing. We're playing the game. I think we probably would have went in with 50 million plus 5 because that's a lot of money for Bayern Munich to just simply reject out of hand, which they have done. 50 plus. Well, this is a guess, right? I'm guessing what this bid is, right? But what it does show you, which is a good step, all right? Because we've agreed personal terms with Ugarte, with De Ligt and Mazraoui for like a couple of weeks now. And there hasn't been much movement in terms of actual bids. And I think it's been directly linked to our sales and a lack of movement. So the fact that the bid has gone in from Manchester United, I think is an indicator that the sales are moving forward. Wan-Bissaka and McTominay, they are the two leading potential, not leading potential, the two sales that are the most advanced right now. All right. West Ham agreed verbal personal terms with Wan-Bissaka. He's agreed to the move there. He's going to be joining there. And it should just be really Mazraoui in and Wan-Bissaka out. But United have wrapped it up into a double deal, which, again, I think that's a really interesting approach. Fulham, they're going really aggressive for McTominay. The 20 million bid has gone in. That won't be accepted. I think United will compromise around about 25 mil. But De Ligt and Mazraoui, look, if if the Euro injury hadn't have happened, look, Ten Hag has said, look, we've always had plans this summer, and Man United, in my opinion, always planned to sign 2 centre-backs. I've always reiterated that's exactly what we needed, and we're going towards it now. I think the Euro injury has probably accelerated the necessity, timing-wise, of bringing De Ligt in. I think we could have probably played a little bit of a longer game with De Ligt if it wasn't for the Euro injury, but because we have that Euro injury, we want to get it done now. And it's the 2nd of August. The season kicks off in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, we play Fulham at home. And maybe, by the way, we play Scott McTominay at Fulham. So depending on what happens there. But 2 weeks until the season starts. And of course, we play Man City in the Community Shield on the 10th as well, I think. And the bid's gone in now. How long do you reckon these negotiations will take? I suppose it will depend on how big that gap is. But as I said, I think I've said it a few times now in the video, but I'm guessing the logic of United wrapping this into one deal was to give United more power in negotiations, because instead of it being 2 separately, it's 1 together. Now, I'm sure that United would eventually probably split that out into 2 separate deals, but as it stands, United have presented them all together, and that might be able to get United a couple of million off. I would expect the opening bid to be around 55 million euros in total. And if Bayern Munich wants 70 million euros, that's not too much of a compromise that you've got to find. That's not like United going after Jadon Sancho when Dortmund wanted 120 mil and we offered 80 mil. That would be like 50. There would be a max 20 mil difference in the valuation of both players. And I think that's something that United could negotiate quite well. And I've spoken about Ligt and Mazraoui quite a lot. Injury concerns about Ligt, injury concerns about Mazraoui. Of course, more with Mazraoui than Ligt. I think Ligt's main injuries have been like the impact one on the shoulder. The one I'm worried about with Ligt is probably his inner knee, I think, which he's had recurrences. And Mazraoui spent a long time on the table last season. However, if they both work, you know, we're hearing about the game model. We need United to evolve and advance as a team. Signing these 2 massively improves our ability to play out from the back with the ball. And I said in the live show today, honestly, I think that is at the core of why the style hasn't truly come from Ten Hag. I think once we actually can confidently and consistently play out from the back with the ball, which both of these signings would help, I think we'll see far more of a controlling possession-based style. Without being able to play out from the back with the ball, you have to transition through the zones really quickly because you can't just knock it around. You can't have possession. These 2 help that a lot. Now, the double bid has gone in. It's been rejected. How much do you think United can get a deal agreed for these 2? Probably in and around the 60 million euro mark for both of those players. Wouldn't be an outrageous transfer. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But movement. It's going to be a busy, busy August. Strap yourselves in and make sure you subscribe.